Aloha, I'm Reverend Cindy Paulus, and I have an interesting subject to talk about today, and it has to do with your relationships. And the interesting thing about it is how you really relate to yourself, to God or the Creator, and how you relate to others. And I think those all interact in very interesting ways. I have found through many, many years of studying and working with this that we really do tend to treat God as something separate from ourselves. And when we treat God as something separate from ourselves, then we very likely and possibly also treat ourselves as separate in many ways from others. And by separating ourselves from creation and from others, we are also placing some barrier there that can allow separation to cause judgments and isolation. And with that individuation, which we all go through, and this is something everyone goes through, we then can have a difficulty relating, right? And what is a relationship but how you relate? And it also is how you express and communicate. So I'm going to go down this step by step, and then we'll spend some time in meditation, feeling and experiencing that relationship. Now, do you have a relationship with God? Now, I know that some people have a tendency to not like the word God or think it's something that it isn't. To me, God is pure love. God is that energy force field of consciousness that is the source of everything. But what is God to you? Now, this is a very important thing for you to take time to figure out, because how you relate to that energy force field of God and that love also can interact deeply with how you relate to yourself and to others. So then the next question would be, what is your relationship with yourself? And this is a very deep subject, and that's how psychiatrists and psychologists and many self-help books are written. Because having that relationship with yourself definitely affects your relationship with others. And the interesting thing is they all interact. Now, as I was mentioning, God to me is the source of all. It's the creation, the creator. It's a wonderful energy field that gives me a connection to my soul and to spirit, and it therefore gives me a connection to be able to express what I get from creation as a creator and to get inspired from what I connect with. But that isn't enough. Because I have found this, because I meditate every day. I have been since I've been 13, and I love God, but it's taking that love and that connection and putting it to work in ourselves so we can then put it to work in the world. So how then do you feel about yourself? Now, through the years, I've found many people turn to God because they have sometimes deep fears, or they need deep help because they have experienced some very difficult things. And it's really great to know that you can do that. But once you make that connection, then you need to be able to take that healing energy enough to love yourself deeply, unconditionally, and understand yourself without judgment, to forgive yourself enough to understand and love others. So you can have a wonderful, blissful way of connecting with that wonderful, beautiful energy. You can express it in words, in poetry, and art, in many, many ways. But it's what we take with that energy and put it to work in our lives. That's the hard part, to love others unconditionally. How do we get to that point where we can really love others unconditionally? I wrote a poem the other day about that love. It's called by Michael Beckwith as agape love, right? Have you heard that term before? Agape love. The love that is all embracing, really all powerful. It's an amazing love. And you know what? It's kind of addictive. Because when you feel that bliss of that amazing love, you really want that love. You really need that love once you've tasted it, of how powerful that love is in your life. Then you need to take that love and believe it and absorb it and, be able to really, truly live with that love. Now, it's something they don't necessarily teach in school. And that's why people are, I think, always kind of searching for more keys that way. Because there are many people who are mystics, who are loners, because a lot of times they don't feel like others understand them. I wrote this poem the other day. When I asked the Lord, what shall I do? He looked in my heart and said this truth. Love as I love, unconditionally. Oh, to love as God loves, to truly believe that love that is so strong it sets us all free. And when I asked again, how is that to be? Christ looked in my eyes again and let me feel a love so strong that it forgives and it heals. That love, that unconditional love, will allow you to see that light in any darkness, to hear a song of eternity that reveals how to live as you were taught, to really be that real deal, to love as I love, as he said once to me. And I trust in those words to guide me to see that light in the darkness, the reason we need to have one another and find that pathway home unconditionally. Now, you know and I know it's a lot easier to say love unconditionally. And in the first 6 months, maybe, of a human relationship, and it's also true with the God relationship, you do feel enough bliss where you get that intense energy that does transform you. It's kind of like being on that top of the mountaintop and then deciding to go back down into the valley and take everything you've learned and put it to work. But it's a lot easier up on that mountaintop than it is when you get down into the valley. And then it's easy to get tied up and tangled in knots, in karma, in judgments, in relationships that hurt you. But, my friend, that's all part of what you need to learn. It seems that really we project out into the world what we need to learn back as lessons. And very rarely, when we're judging others, do we realize we're putting something out in front of us that's there for us to learn about ourselves. So life is this amazing learning field of experience. And it takes a lot of meditation, a lot of practice, a lot of learning to be able to get down how to really put that unconditional love to work in your life. And when you sit a long time, you find what comes up in the deep, deep recesses of your mind that you have to release and let go if you are going to love yourself first, so then you can love others and then really be a true servant of God's love. So let's just take a little time. Why not experience this unconditional love I've been talking about? And just take some time to just be. Just be still and breathe. That's all you have to do. Don't think. Don't worry. Just be. Breathing in and breathing out. Being comfortable with just this very presence of this now moment. Being here together. And feel how you feel. How does your body feel? Scan your mind, scan your head, scan your entire face, your jaws, your head. And breathe in and breathe out and see if there's anything you need to release of tightness. Any energy that needs to be sent light to. Breathe in light and allow your whole head area from top to bottom to be filled with light. Let that light completely purify and heal everything in your mind, every single cell. Let them be energized, those beautiful, loving energies of your light, filling your entire mind and consciousness with that light of love. Just breathing and feeling good. Dwelling there in the light within. Breathing in and breathing into your neck area. How is that neck, your creative center, feeling? Is everything loose, or is there any tightness you need to release? Do you feel that creative communication center, obviously, the throat? Is it open? Are you able to speak your truth unconditionally with love? Send that entire throat chakra, that beautiful healing energy field. And breathing in that love and sending all of the beautiful cells and energy and mana down into your heart of hearts, the center where that unconditional love dwells. Let's take a journey into your heart field. Just breathing into your heart. breathing in that light of love, expanding your heart, clearing anything that needs to be cleared away. How do you relate to that heart of hearts within you, that love within you? Do you feel loved? Do you feel lovable? Do you feel loving? Send all of that part that's loved more love. All of that unconditionally. Send all of that part that is lovable, such love and appreciation for being lovable. And if you need to feel more lovable, allow yourselves to drop any judgment you might have about the way you are or how you act. And just love yourself. And how loving are you allowing yourself to be? Are you afraid to be loving? If you are, just allow yourself to know it's okay. Let yourself send love to someone you know. Let that love, someone you know, just let it go out and send it out with this wonderful energy field present right now. And allow that love to come back deep into your heart of hearts. Allow it to feel clear and open and full of that agape, unconditional love right now, right here, right in this moment. Feel that love and how good it feels. Let it expand throughout your entire body. Let it expand above your body, below your body, in front of your body, in front and in back. And a beautiful bubble of wonderful, healing, loving light. And take all that love and go into your third chakra and let your organs and your stomach and your liver and your kidneys all be healed with anything that needs healing from this love. Send them love. Send all of who you are there in your organs and your body. Send it love and appreciation for the hard work it does. It's hard to purify everything you eat. It's hard to purify the stress. So be grateful to those wonderful organs you have that take care of you, that feed you and digest what you put in there. And going down to your feeling center, allow that whole feeling center to be filled with a wonderful healing light. A beautiful energy field, and feel how you feel. Are you even allowing yourself to feel? How do you feel? Do you feel good? Allow yourself to feel good right here and right now. To feel that God energy that is good. And now take that energy and allow it to go down to the root chakra. Is there anything there that you need to allow to completely regain all the power in your root chakra? To love that root chakra and energy in the base of your spine for that gift of creation. And now just allow your whole body to relax now that you've been charged with this wonderful healing light and love. And just dwell in your soul. Just breathing and feeling beautiful. Feeling worthy to be loved and to love and to be loving. How do you relate to yourself now? Is there anything you need to let go of and release? If so, release it right now. How do you relate to others? Is there any kind of judgments or fear there that you need to release? And now go to your head and above your head. And go to your soul and ask yourself how you love God. Do you tap into that unconditional love and allow yourself to have a beautiful, clear channel of love? Right now, allow that channel to be open. And let that love from that one creative source of all sources, that love of God, to come in and to and through you, to heal and bring you unconditional love. Take a few moments here. And now slowly, slowly, slowly come back into your conscious mind. And know as you come back, you are renewed and restored and rejuvenated. And you feel good. And I want to thank you for taking the time to be free to go inside and feel that unconditional love that you have present right there in you right now. Thank you, God. And thank you to you for being here. And so it is.